Hey guys, Paul from Action Phoenix. This is new comic book day for the week of May 11th. We're going to get started right now. Or is it May 12th?
Who cares?
Whatever. One of those 2 days. This episode brought to you by Paul and Tim Do a Thing. We did a thing.
Yeah.
We continue to do things. You should watch those things.
Hey guys, how you doing? Tim from Action Phoenix, Capes and Scowls, Paul and Tim Do a Thing, and the comic book store. I'm going to talk about trades because I have a bunch of trades and I like to talk about them. I've got Justice League hardcover. This is Prisms. This is the new Volume 1, focusing on the team with Naomi and Black Adam. We've got The Record Breaker. This is the newest trade of Spawn. This is the issue 298 to 301. This is the record-breaking run for an indie book, which is very cool. We got Marvelverse. What did they beat, Paul? Do you remember? Who had the record?
Was it Walking Dead?
No, I think it was Cerebus.
Oh, okay.
I think that was 300. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Marvelverse, Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor. This is a pretty cool mix of stories with her. It's a good mix. It's not all the ones you would expect, but some of them are in there. Dune Tales from Arrakeen. I think these Dune books are really good that Boom has been putting out.
I read one of those. It was actually really sad.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Dune is not, like, happy all the time. There's sandworms and betrayal and politics and, oh, man. Mass suicide. Genocide. Dune. Carmen. Hardcover. You read Carmen.
Also, really
very
weird.
sad.
Very sad.
Very sad. If you guys want sad, I got your 1-2 punch right here. We got Harbinger, Book One. Valiant's been doing really good with their stuff. I have not read this, though, so I would be interested in it. The art's pretty sweet in this. King of Spies, we reviewed issue 1 of this. I enjoyed it a bunch. I will probably pick this up in trade. I enjoyed it. It was very fantastical, but like if you want that, it's perfect. Batman versus Bigby for all you Fables completionists. Did you read any of this? You read a little, right? No? I just imagined that. Paul read it and he loved it.
Never. I didn't, but it's probably good.
We never said we couldn't lie on the channel. Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. This is the most recent miniseries, 1 through 5, all in one spot.
I think we did read that, though.
Who knows? We might be lying. And then She-Hulk, Breaking the Fourth Wall. This is Volume 3 of the Epic Collections, and it is issues 1 through 12 of Sensational She-Hulk, as well as some other stuff, including the Ceremony 1-2, some Solo Avengers. Really good. If you've never read this version of She-Hulk, it is amazing. Much like Deadpool, but way before Deadpool, she broke the fourth wall. And I hope the show is kind of like that, but who knows? Whatever, I don't care. She-Hulk's always great.
First up, we have Captain America, A Symbol of Truth, issue number 1. It's a new Cap series starting with Sam, obviously. It's a decent story. The reveal of what seems going to be what's the centralized plot or whatever is going to happens like the last two pages. So a lot of this is just a run-of-the-mill Cap issue. But yeah, it did enough to want to give you a reason to tune in on this book and check more. The art was fantastic. The writing was great. Like I said, it's like I'm not a huge Cap fan, but like this didn't turn me off in any way. This was just a really good book. Just wasn't high on my list because again, it really took a long time to get to like why we should care about this book. But once you got there, you got there.
Paul, all 3 of my books made me laugh, which is weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, because they're not all comedy books.
I was just going to say you don't show emotion.
I don't show emotion. No, it's just very deadpan. But this one made me laugh the most. It's the Jurassic League. This is the Justice League as dinosaurs. It starts with a baby egg of Superman going to a planet and hatching, and he's a dinosaur. It's just dinosaurs fighting, dressed as the Justice League. It's Daniel Warren Johnson, who I love, and this is silly in all the correct ways. There is, of course, a German suplex right away, as you would expect. This is just so weird, but it is so good. The art is very compelling. The violence isn't just there for no reason. Maybe the German suplex, okay. But everything else is great. And I love the visuals of it. I really liked how Aquaman looked, and some of his companions when he first shows up is pretty great. There was a dolphin, I cracked up. But yeah, This is not going to be for everybody, but if you want to just kind of enjoy something kind of silly but fun, this is for you.
Next up, we have Nocterra, issue number 10. This book just keeps going. The art has been fantastic. The writing has been solid. We have gotten to where we need to be going. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but like we've gotten to where we need to go, and oh man, a lot is going to be happening in the next couple issues because I think this series is done, or at least it's concluding. I don't know if they're talking about it's like this arc or this is done, but man, this is setting up a lot. The art has been fantastic. The writing's really cool. I love the world building in this and everything that goes along with this series. But yeah, it gives you likable characters you want. Some maybe foreshadowing with the cover of what's going to be happening here. But yeah, it is like it says right on the back. This is going to be fun. This is really going to be a fun issue.
Next up, Moon Knight. Moon Knight, baby. Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. Issue 1. 3 stories. 3 very different stories. You have a Hickman story, which focuses on a future, I assume, version of Moon Knight, which is very strange. Very interesting story. I do like that there's a new version of Moon Knight, and we'll see what maybe something will develop there. You have your last story kind of focusing on him protecting a woman who is trying to get to the courthouse to testify against some mobsters. But my favorite story is the middle story, which focused on Moon Knight and Spider-Man, just kind of having a laugh while fighting supervillains. And it's just got that silly... It's the way Spider-Man is written and the way Moon Knight chooses to interact with him. Because he doesn't hate Spider-Man, but he's like, come on, man, just let me do my thing. Spidey's like, look, man, just help me out. I need a favor. And he's like, if I help you do your Egyptian thing, will you help me? He's like, why has it got to be an Egyptian thing? You know, and it's very silly. It turned out to be an Egyptian thing. But this is very good for Moon Knight. It's 3 completely different stories, though. So I guess it appeals to everybody then. Something in here for everyone.
And what is my pick of the week? It is Grimm, issue number 1, by a lot of people that we have already checked out. Stephanie Phillips, Rico Renzi, Flaviano. So basically this concept is we have Grim Reapers. We have a Grim Reaper who is taking a person over the river Styx to get to a very mundane afterlife, and things go wrong. And that has created a problem that Grimm has to solve, and it does not go well at all for them. And that sets up the central plot line. The central plot line, I'm not going to spoil for you, but the writing was fantastic. You really kind of start to care about the character, even though she is attempts to be a very deadpan, I don't care about anything type character. You really get to see what's going on. The supporting characters are really, really fun and fleshed out. So you get a lot in this very first issue, and that's kind of what I look for with a brand new series, is you got to get everything in the first issue. And this does. This gives you exactly where you're going with it, and I want more. So definitely check this one out.
All right, time for my pick of the week, Paul. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
Because it wasn't Moon Knight, which must shock you.
I was shocked.
Well, I like other things besides Moon Knight.
Do you?
Like 3 things, maybe. And this is one of them. It's 8 Billion Genies by Charles Soule, Ryan Brown. That's the team who did Curse Words, if you remember, which was amazing. If you haven't checked that out. Basically, what you have here is, this is just bonkers. And I like how the tone that they set up. So you're following some people in a bar. It's just a band trying to set up to play a show. There's a drunk with his kid, which is kind of sad, and the bartender, who's a pretty cool character. And then all of a sudden, all these genies just pop up, and they're like, hey, I'm a genie. You got 1 wish. You don't get 3. You get 1. What is your wish? And the bartender, I'll tell you the bartender's wish. If you don't want to know, go forward, but this is kind of important to the setup. He wishes that no wish can affect anyone inside the bar, and the bar basically is safe zone. And that's his wish. And then all sorts of insanity happens. When you open that door, there is all kinds of craziness going outside because everybody's got terrible wishes. Some people wish for grandiose things that are inadvertently murdering everybody around them. Really strange, but really good concept. There is a great thing that they keep doing is a splash page of the planet, and it tells you the planet's population, both for humans and genies, and you keep seeing discrepancies between the two. It is really interesting. This book covers the first 8 minutes of everybody getting a wish, and it's pretty bonkers. So going forward, it should just be insanity. If it's anything like curse words, I love it. So check this out. It will most likely be the greatest thing you ever read. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for checking everything out. We, of course, always have fun and appreciate you guys watching the videos. For those who comment, thank you. And for those who like, hey, thank you. Give us a subscribe. That's helpful, I'm told. Paul likes it when I remember to say that, which is never. Right, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do those things because Paul would be happy and then probably annoy me less. That's kind of fun, right? But that's it. Good times for everybody. We'll see you next week. This week, man, there were so many more. Go to your local comic shop. There were so many more books we wanted to get to. There's just not enough time. There's a lot of good books this week. Go do it. Go. Now, go.